Bureau Report, India Today.
And joining me first and exclusive live here in the wake of this big verdict is Vishnu Shankar Jain, lawyer, the legal face of the fight by the Hindu side in the Gyanvapi case. Vishnu Shankar Jain, welcome. First of all, I must congratulate you because today's verdict is a victory for you. I've seen your tweet just a moment ago saying District Court Varanasi has created history today. Explain to us, explain to our viewers, Vishnu Shankar Jain, why today is history and what exactly has the court permitted?
See, let me tell you that there's a very important fact of this case and very, very important feature. The important feature is right now what you are showing on your channel. The lawyer who was walking there. Just beneath him, there is a Taikhana of Vyas Parivaar. In that Taikhana of Vyas Parivaar, till November 1993, Puja, worship, bhog, archana, everything was happening. It is only in November 1993 a state government, without passing any written orders, and I'm saying it with a lot of sense of authority on your channel, without passing any written order, stopped the worship of Vyas Parivaar Taikhana and dispossessed them from this cellar. In this cellar, which is right opposite this Nandi, which you are just showing on your channel, right opposite Nandi Bhagwan, there is a Taikhana of Vyas Parivaar. In that cellar of Vyas Parivaar, puja was happening. In violation of Section 3 of the Places of Worship Act, because let me tell you, dates are very important. Places of Worship Act has been enacted in July 1991. In violation of Section 3 of Places of Worship Act, in November 1993, the puja of Hindu side was stopped. So we approached the Honorable District Court of Varanasi asking for restoration of our right to puja. Today, after hearing both the sides, the District Court Varanasi has directed the District Magistrate Varanasi to start puja and archana within 7 days after making appropriate arrangements with the iron fencing, and this puja has to be carried out by the Kashi Vishwanath Trust. Everything has to be complied with within 7 days from passing of this order.
Which means, Vishnu Shankar Jain, that for 30 years, you're saying November 1993 onwards, the puja here could not happen anymore, which basically means that when the puja resumes 7 days from now, it will be after a gap of 30 years. What has happened in the interim 30 years?
In the interim 30 years, this Taikhana was lying vacant. The Anjuman Intizamiya was trying to capture this Taikhana and take illegal possession of this Taikhana. We had approached the Honorable Court, the Honorable District Court of Varanasi on 17th of January 2024, appointed the District Magistrate as receiver of this Taikhana so that Anjuman Intizamiya can't take illegal possession of this Taikhana, the cellar. And today the Honorable District Court of Varanasi on 31st of January 2024 has directed for a continuous puja and worship which used to happen in the past till November 1993.
So tell us about the arrangements that will take place now, Vishnuji. 7 days from now, the women petitioners, it's a victory for them. 7 days is a very short time, but are there, will idols have to be placed inside the basement? What all will be taken inside the basement now?
See, inside the basement, already idols were there. During the ASI survey, many idols were found from this cellar. You have asked a very relevant question. From this very cellar, many idols of Hindu deities were found. Now, it could have been destroyed during the ASI proceedings. So we moved an application before the District Court of Varanasi and we asked that these deities which are found in this cellar must be handed over to the District Magistrate Varanasi. The court directed that all the deities, Hindu deities which are found in the cellar must be handed over to the District Magistrate Varanasi. So all the idols which are found in the cellar are in the safe custody of the local administration. So those idols which were found from this Taikhana will only be put back, and from there the worship will start.
My next question to you, Vishnuji, is apart from the litigants, who else can go and worship there? Who decides on that? Once it is open, the fencing is put, the barricades are removed. Is it only a limited number of people? Is it only the litigants who can go and worship there? Or can anyone go and worship there?
No, anyone can go and worship. The devotees can go and worship. Like the Kashi Vishwanath Trust is doing puja and arti of Lord Adi Visheshwar Vishwanath Temple. So everyone goes and offers worship there. In the same manner, when Kashi Vishwanath Trust will start puja archana in this cellar. Everyone, all the devotees will also go, the petitioners will also go, the plaintiffs will also go. It's for the benefit of the entire community.
Just one clarification, Vishnuji. Up until November 1993, there was president's rule in UP. December 1993 is when Mulayam Singh Yadav took over as the chief minister. Was it under Mulayam's rule that this took place, this dispossession?
Yes. This disposition has happened under the government of Mulayam Singh Yadav. It is only after November 1993, this barricading which you are just showing, this barricading was put without any written order. Written order. No written order is there on the file till date. This barricading was put and we were dispossessed from this property.
What kind of response? I know this is a court verdict. Ultimately it's a court verdict, and this is like you have rightly said all along, it's a peaceful legal dispute that is being fought through the country's courts. What kind of reaction are you expecting from the Muslim side, Vishnuji, on this?
They have the right to approach the higher courts. They have given a statement today that they will approach the higher courts. We will also welcome them before the High Court and the Supreme Court. Our case is very strong. We will put forward our point before the higher courts, before the High Court and the Supreme Court. But as of now, I feel that this case, which has been filed by Vyas Parivaar, is very strong case on facts, on merits, and therefore the Honorable District Court, keeping in view the entire scenario of this case, has passed this current order.
Vishnuji, the litigants have also gone to the Supreme Court as a view on the issue of the Wazukhana. That has become very representative of where things are. The claim versus counterclaim over this being a shivling structure rather than a fountain, which is claimed by the Muslim side. Where are things at? And my part B question to that would be, after the Archaeological Survey of India's report has come out in public, hasn't that made all such claims much stronger? That's perhaps why you're seeing these judgments now.
No, you are absolutely right. After the report of Archaeological Survey of India, the actual factual position of the spot is very, very clear. Let me tell you, the ASI has done survey of 80% of this disputed area. 20% of survey is still yet to be left. And let me elaborate what is left in the ASI survey. In this disputed structure, there are in total 10 cellars. Out of 10 cellars, 5 cellars are there on the northern side, 5 cellars are there on the southern side. Out of this 10 cellars, only 2 cellars are open as of now. One cellar is of the Vyas Parivaar, the other cellar is with Mr. Ajaz, who is the caretaker of Masjid Committee. 8 cellars are filled with artificial wall. So we have gone to the Supreme Court for opening of those 8 cellars, because when ASI was carried out, the mandate given by the Supreme Court for carrying the ASI survey was very restricted, and the structure could not be, you can say, any invasive work could not have been done in the ASI survey. That was the restriction put by the Honorable Supreme Court. So we have narrated that for doing further excavation and survey, a mandate from the Supreme Court is required. Point number 1. Point number 2, in the Wazoo tank area, which you are just showing on your screen, that Wazoo tank area, the Allahabad High Court had passed an order for ASI survey on 12th of May 2023. The Anjuman Intizamiya, who says that this is a fountain, went to the Supreme Court and got a stay of the survey. The Honorable Supreme Court stayed the survey of the sealed area on 19th of May 2023. So we have filed an application before the Supreme Court for vacation of the stay order, and we have also asked that in this sealed area, so that the ASI can study the features very prominently, the artificial walls which are there in this sealed area, the ASI must be permitted to remove those artificial walls, and without damaging the Shivlingam, an investigation must be carried out. Let me also tell you that this so-called fountain is not of any religious importance to the masjid side. And this is, as you are showing on your channel, it is on the outer courtyard, apart from the 3 domes. So when this exercise is carried out by the ASI, it will not cause any damage to the structure. So this area, which is a bone of contention for both the parties, because one side is saying it's a Shivlingam, the other party is saying it's a fountain, it can only be decided by an expert opinion and by an expert body like ASI. Therefore, this
My
survey is required. We have moved our application before the Supreme
yes.
Court, and we are hopeful that in times to come, in some time, that matter will be heard by the Supreme Court.
Okay, because the Archaeological Survey of India report that has come out of the other sections of this complex, Vishnuji, like you said, basically confirm and validate what you and your side have been saying all along. Now, I don't want to second guess what the courts will say in the future, but assuming that the end game to this entire legal dispute is completely in your favor, and I'm asking this out of curiosity just to understand the procedure that goes forward. What will happen to that mosque structure? What will happen to it?
Can you repeat your question a little bit because of...
Yeah, Vishnuji, I'm asking if the end of this legal dispute is completely in your favor, based at least from what we know from the ASI's survey, etc. What happens to that mosque structure then?
It will be removed by the orders of the court, and it will be, the title of this property will be vested with Lord Adi Visheshwar, Swambhu Deity Virajman, and then a Bhavya Mandir will be constructed there.
Do you foresee any communal tensions or problems? Yes, this is a legal dispute. Everything is being pursued, purely on a legal basis here. I'm asking purely as a citizen, sir, do you foresee any trouble going forward in this area? Because, we have seen vested interests trying to fan up tensions.
No. See, we have been very, very careful with the statements which we are giving on your channel and on other channels. All my statements have been within the purview of law. I am the authorized person to speak on behalf of my plaintiffs as representing them in the court. So our statements are very, very clear. So I don't think that, keeping in mind the state government which is functioning in the state of UP and the central government which is there, I don't think that both the governments are very powerful to maintain law and order. It's the duty of the state government to maintain law and order. So I don't think that these situations will arise. Everything is happening peacefully in a democratic manner through courts of law, and everyone should participate in the proceeding which is happening before the court of law.
You would no doubt have heard recently, Vishnuji, that Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister of UP, had said that this is an opportunity for the masjid side to correct a historical wrong. This was in the wake of what the Archaeological Survey of India report had said. What do you think about that? The possibility that this is an opportunity for it not to be stretched like Ayodhya was into a long dispute, but for the possibility of some kind of interim non-legal reconciliation where it can simply be settled out of court?
Yeah, definitely our offer is very, very clear. And the offer is, which I am saying on your channel, that I will say to the Masjid committee also, that it's time for them that they take a decent exit from this property in question, because the law case is going on. They also know that what is the fact of the case. They also know the western wall which you are showing on your channel is not constructed by Aurangzeb. They also know that this western wall is ruins of a Hindu temple. Everything is known by them. So, जिद ना करें और यहाँ को छोड़ दें, इस एरिया को छोड़ दें, decent exit ले लें. That will be the best option for them. Otherwise, we'll win it through the courts of law.
Okay. And one final question, Vishnuji, which is that you have often been quoted as saying that, Gyanvapi is not the only thing that takes up your time. There are several other structures, several other, masjids around the country where you will be filing cases. A figure of 40,000 has been attributed to you as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that? That sounds like a national kind of exercise you're undertaking.
See, it's a national exercise. There's no doubt about it, and I'm not shying away from my comment. Yes, I've said that wherever we find evidence, and I'm clarifying my statement, wherever we find evidence that a temple has been destroyed and mosque has been built over it, we will file lawsuits for restoration and reclamation of those places. As of now, my case is going on for Mathura Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Tile Wali Masjid, and Bhojshala in Madhya Pradesh. And many more cases we are going to file in the near future for restoration of our rich cultural heritage.
Okay, Vishnu Shankar Jain, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for taking our questions here on 5 Live. We will be tracking this case very, very closely. That was Vishnu Shankar Jain, the lead lawyer in the Gyanvapi case, taking our questions. The fight, the case, the dispute is most certainly not over, and we will continue to track it. All of it is happening only through the courts, and we'll bring you each update as and when it happens.